Hello everyone, Valerie here for Crafts from Our Hearts. Today I'm going to make a card for a special friend. We've known each other since we're 2 years old, grew up across the street from each other, went to the same high school, got married within a year of each other. Our kids went to preschool together, and so I just wanted to send a card to her to tell her I appreciate her friendship, because over the summer I wasn't feeling well, and I'm fine now, but over the summer I wasn't, and she texted me every day, and I just want to let her know that I appreciate that. Okay, well, and before I start, I just want to share 2 things I bought this summer that I'm very happy about. One is this cutting board, this X-Acto cutting board. It's very heavy, but when I go to cut, it's very steady. My other cutting board was about 25 years old, and you know, the legs were kind of wobbly, and so I thought it was time for a new one. And this one was only $45 plus tax on Amazon, which I thought was a great buy compared to the other cutting boards that I saw. They were very expensive. The other purchase I made was this Sizzix stamp and stencil platform, which I absolutely love. I don't have a MISTI, and so it was always very hard for me to stamp, and so I will be using this today also. All right, now I have a paper pad I had bought a while back. It's beautiful, but it's a little hard to make cards from, because many of the pages are scrapbook pages, such as this page. And even when you turn it over, this page, oh, sorry, that's my dog. She decided to, she's watching my husband outside wax the car, but she decided to get up and take a drink of water. So now this sheet is a 12 by 12, and with the new cutting board, which is now a 15-inch cutting board, I don't have a problem. My old one was a 12 by 12, and you could never get a 12 by 12 in because of the border strip. So a 15-inch cutting board is very helpful. All right, so now with this one, I'm going to turn it around, and I'd like to use this part of the page. So what I did was I made a template, a landscape card that's 5 by 7. So I cut it 10 by 7. And if we put it down like this, let's see, and I have a pencil here. And I'll just make a mark up here, and here, and over here. And let's see how that works out. What I'm going to do is just turn it around and make it 5 inches. Let's see. 5 inches this way. And now, because I think this cutting board was made in overseas or in the UK, I don't know, I have to use the dotted line for the inches, and the solid lines are for centimeters, so it's a little confusing, but it works. Okay, and now I'm going to cut this 10 inches, and again I have to do it on the dotted line. I had to get used to that, but I see my pencil mark, and so this is the right area. So now I have a 5 by 7 landscaped card, and so it will look like this. Okay, I don't need the cutting board anymore, so I'll move that. It's rather heavy. So now I'm going to use a die and a stamp. I'm going to use the Just a Note die from Paper Rose, and I've already die cut it. I did one out of the gold metallic and one out of the 110-pound cardstock. And what I did was I glued them together, and that way it's not, you know, it's not as flimsy when I go to glue it down onto the card. So I have that, and then I also have a stamp from Honeybee, and I just think it's a beautiful stamp. It says, "Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always there." So my friend and I haven't been able to get together very often. We have other responsibilities, or aging parents and grandchildren. So I thought this was a beautiful saying. And so I'll be using that. And then I'm going to use this from Concord and Ninth, this Sprout dye ink, because I think it will look pretty with the green on this card. And when you open it, I think we'll put the stamp right here. And then I can write in here. And on the front, I'm going to glue on the Just a Note, like this. And I will tie a little bow, and maybe we'll put a couple of embellishments on. Okay, so now when I glue, I like to use a piece of copy paper so I don't get glue on my mat here. So okay. I bought these tweezers in CVS, and I have the other tweezers, the other craft tweezers that you have to squeeze to open, and it's the reverse of what you normally do, so my mind just can't do that. I have to do the ones where when you squeeze them closed, they close, not when you squeeze them, they open. But that's just me. And, let's see, get the dot up here. Okay, and this is a great tool from Tonic Studios. There we go. Okay, might need a little more glue under there. And then pick this one up. And then the note. Yeah, I think that looks pretty. And at the end, I'll make a little pink bow for up here. So I'm just going to press this down. Okay, next thing is the stamping. The stamp cover is up and down, and so what I'll do is I'll turn it sideways as soon as I get the card in here and the stamp. Oop. There we go. Okay, now this has a grid. I have a sticky mat on here, so I can line it up. Let's see. Okay, now the stamp. I think that right here would probably be a good place for it. And I'm going to take this sheet and get it right here with the line. Okay, and then we'll put this right here. I think that's a nice saying, nice sentiment. Close it, and Then we'll open it. And I'll stamp it. See, I have a little green here, just in case. I'll wipe that off. Now, close it. It's a little hard working sideways, but this way at least I can get it into the view of the camera, and we'll see. I'm going to do it again. And we'll try it again. I do have one of those things that you go around, but I don't know where I put it. I wasn't too happy with the way it's stamped on the paper, and so I used one of the cut-aparts, and off camera, I stamped it on here, and I think that looks really pretty. I mean, it's all part of the coordinating paper from this paper set. And if she wants, she can take this off and maybe, you know, just put it on a shelf, and because the saying is so nice and it comes from my heart. So okay, so now for the front, I think I'll put a few of these embellishments on. Let me see, I think there's a green one here. Put down here. This one, we're going to move it a little. There we go. And then I think I'll put a pink bow. Let's see, we'll make a bow. I'll cut that a little better. It's a very cloudy day today. It's supposed to be sunny. And I'm under the skylight in my kitchen. Hopefully the lighting is okay and you can see things all right. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little mini dot there, and then I'll cut the tails off. These mini dots are great. And maybe I can get another one underneath. There we go. Well, this is something else I bought this summer. These Spellbinder scissors. They are so good. They work so well. So I got that on it. I got these on Amazon also. So made a lot of purchases on Amazon this summer. All right. Okay. So that's how this one came out. And I can just write in here, but I think this is such a pretty card. And then I made another one because the scrapbook paper again had, you know, a big white space in the center, and so I took a template, my template, you know, my out of copy paper, and I put it down over the pattern, which this is what it was, and then cut it, you know, to a 10 by 7, and I had this from another paper pad, and I made it like this. And because this one had a solid background, unlike this one had a nice flowered background, This one has solid background, so I put one of the cut aparts here. Then I cut a 4.5 by 6.5 piece of cardstock, put it here, and then I made a border by just, cutting a strip from one of the pages. And I think that looks really pretty too. So here are the two cards. Here are the two cards made from scrapbook paper. Otherwise, I wouldn't have used them because I don't scrapbook yet. Maybe when I have grandchildren, I will scrapbook, but not yet. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bye-bye.